Kiss him, Ben. Love you.
Oh, I love you so much, boys.
Come on, Ben.
Just touching the rear diffuser of that Williams of tyres as they come through Maggots and Beckett as well. He gets a great exit cars already with a time penalty. That's going to be crucial come the end of this race. Here comes Bad Boy Man as well. Max Muck into the slipstream, late on the brakes. Absolutely side by side as they come through Stowe. The Williams going to try and come back at him, but Maximo with a bit more straight line speed is through and up to P5. PX Limits, look how close he is to Reese. Through Campus and down towards Stavelot they go. Round the outside, he's going to try and do the old switcheroo as they go down towards Paul Frere at turn 16. And he's got a bit of grip, and here comes PX Limits right back at you. And wheel to wheel, side by side they go towards Blanchimont and then towards turn 18. Anybody respond? Jake and PX get a little bit heated there, and into the sandwich goes Jake, who has to back out as well. And there goes Reese back into P2. What a battle this is for P2 as Reese goes out wide. Here comes Jake. PX Limits will go back up to P2. Jake into the slipstream as well. Can he make a move? Reese with the straight line speed down towards Les Combs at turn 7. And Reese back up to P2 as PX Limits and Jake squabble for P3 and P4 as Adidas just watches the mayhem unfold in front of him. That is the Williams on the McLaren as well as they come up towards turn 3. Max Mock and Ryan Dyperveen round the outside of the Ferrari. He's going to go for it. The Haas on the Scuderia, wheel to wheel. They go through turn 3 and the Haas with a beautiful move, and that is Xavi on the Ferrari. The Ferrari just losing grip there. And through Xavi goes in that Red Bull. The McLaren on the back of the Alpine of Oliver de Moles as well. Super Turbo up to P4, having a super race. Here comes Reese on tyres. The Williams and the Ferrari as they shoot down towards Ascari. And Reese is going to take the lead of this Grand Prix. So T's back into second position. Here's Super Turbo on Dev P as well. Is he going to take a look at the runner-up of last season? He's got a bit more straight line speed as they go down towards Parabolica. All 20 drivers still in this race. And Super Turbo is up into the podiums in the gold division here at his home Grand Prix. And that's a yellow flag. And that's another safety car. Why is a safety car coming out when there's no DNF? PX Limits round the outside of the house. The Alpine into Tamburello and they've collided. He needs to watch out for the drivers. They don't ghost. Oh, wow, that was so close. So Habits had to let one of the drivers back through. I think he's had to slow down as well. Jack trying to battle with the Alfa Romeo and the Alfa Romeo. Oh, and they've gone wide and the track is getting very slippery. The intermediates are struggling here, Trubo. Going up to P4. B-Right is through on Fanfness. The Alfa Romeo and the AlphaTauri side by side going into turn 1, and the AlphaTauri just nearly hits the Ferrari, and that's Fanfness of the Alfa Romeos there as well. DJ Harvey with a time penalty. Oliver de Moses through on DJ Harvey, and B-Right has collapsed the back of Optimal in the Alpine, who's just joined back and entered his car. And Fanfness is through and down the inside as they go down towards Della Roggia, and he's been clattered by B-Right in the Alfa Romeo, and Fanfness is round. Dev P has spun it. Reese has been overtaken by Banter Brandon, and there's action everywhere again.
Slice out of the way we go. Crippy's already got a drive-through penalty for jumping the start. Great to see Crippy back in now, but he will have to fight back from there. Mad J getting in front, and now Vega under pressure from Heighton there into turn 1. Vega trying to go round the outside with turns to the inside for turn 2. And you can see the Alpine and the Williams pushing Vega through, and Mad G is now checking out in front. As you can see, Mia Grandi's around the outside of Heighton. It's going to be a good battle. He might even get Vega here if he's quick enough. just choosing to back out of it there, as is heightened. Good race from the pair of them. Podge slots in, as does Reese, the driver in P7. Tinsley having a great run on his teammate and going down the inside of turn 5. And a good move there from the Mercedes driver to get back.
Let's fucking go! Yes!
And it's all 5 lights. And it's lights out and away we go. It comes through B-Right, wins here in USA. Pole position for Moscaya.
Oh, fuck you, what?
Who was that? Who was that? Ben, why are you fighting with a sky like that?
Lista, il me está sacar. Il me está. ¿Qué estás haciendo?
We've been waiting for this all season long. The finale, the title decider, under the lights here in Abu Dhabi. It's lights out, away we go.
Go down towards Blanchimont at turn 17, and the Ferrari driver down the inside of the McLaren, and here comes the Aston Martin. The pace was unreal. It was sickening, and down the inside, what a dive from the Aston Martin. That is one of the best overtakes you will see in Belgium this evening. Can Dilly stay in the slipstream? And look at that, Lude gets past Josh Hearn and Nova Apollo in that Alpine, and they go 3 wide into turn 5. And the Alpine just goes out wide, slides a little bit, but he stayed on track, and Nova Apollo just trying to stick with that Mercedes and nearly onto the gravel. Great racing here in Belgium.
Yeah, that's like
Are the nerves starting to kick in here, Ben?
Cars is spun it, Cars has lost it, Cars has
Oh
spun
yeah,
his car
it's
round.
fun. Oh my god.
It's Bahrain to P3 and Cars has spun it in the middle in the final sector.
Is anyone going to gamble? Is anyone going to box?
What's Blake doing? He don't know what to do. He stopped on track. You can't do that, Blake.
And Sandro stayed out.
He has stayed out. How many others are going to stay out? What's Blake doing? He's reversing out of the pit lane. He's trying to reverse out the pit lane. What is he doing?
He's been disqualified. Oh,
He
that's
has.
his own fault.
What is he doing? That is his own fault.
The most wholesome reaction to a race win.
Come on, Benny.
Oh my god.
Come on, Ben.
Get in there, Ben.
Let's fucking go! Yes! Yes, yes, yes!
Come on.
Yes!
My guy.
Yes! Yes, yes, yes!
Come on.
Get in, Ben. Love you. Oh, I love you so much, boys.
Come on, Ben.
Just touching the rear diffuser of that Williams of tyres as they come through Maggots and Beckett as well. He gets a great exit cars already with a time penalty. That's going to be crucial come the end of this race. Here comes Bad Boy Man as well. Max Muck into the slipstream, late on the brakes. Absolutely side by side as they come through Stowe. The Williams going to try and come back at him, but Maxwell with a bit more straight line speed is through and up to P5. PX Limits, look how close he is to Reese. through campus and down towards Stavelot they go. Round the outside, he's going to try and do the old switcheroo as they go down towards Paul Frere at turn 16. And he's got a bit of grip, and here comes PX Limits right back at you. And wheel to wheel, side by side they go towards Blanchimont and then towards turn 18. Anybody respond? Jake and PX get a little bit heated there, and into the sandwich goes Jake, who has to back out as well. And there goes Reese back into P2. What a battle this is for P2 as Reese goes out wide. Here comes Jake. PX Limits will go back up to P2. Jake into the slipstream as well. Can he make a move? Reese with the straight line speed down towards Les Combs at turn 7. And Reese back up to P2 as PX Limits and Jake squabble for P3 and P4 as Adidas just watches the mayhem unfold in front of him. That is the Williams on the McLaren as well as they come up towards turn 3. Max Mock and Ryan Diperbeam round the outside of the Ferrari. He's going to go for it. The Haas on the Scuderia, wheel to wheel. They go through turn 3 and the Haas with a beautiful move, and that is Xavi on the Ferrari. The Ferrari just losing grip there. And through Xavi goes in that Red Bull. The McLaren on the back of the Alpine of Oliver de Moles as well. Super Turbo up to P4, having a super race. Here comes Reese on tyres. The Williams and the Ferrari as they shoot down towards Ascari. And Reese is going to take the lead of this Grand Prix. So T's back into second position. Here's Super Turbo on Dev P as well. Is he going to take a look at the runner-up of last season? He's got a bit more straight line speed as he goes down towards Parabolica. All 20 drivers still in this race. And Super Turbo is up into the podiums in the gold division here at his home Grand Prix. And that's a yellow flag. And that's another safety car. Why is a safety car coming out when there's no DNF? PX Limits round the outside of the house. The Alpine into Tamburello and they've collided. He needs to watch out for the drivers. They don't ghost. Oh, wow, that was so close. So Habits had to let one of the drivers back through. I think he's had to slow down as well. Jack trying to battle with the Alfa Romeo and the Alfa Romeo. Oh, and they've gone wide and the track is getting very slippery. The intermediates are struggling here, Trubo. Going up P4. B-Right is through on Fanfness. The Alfa Romeo and the AlphaTauri side by side going into turn 1, and the AlphaTauri just nearly hits the Ferrari, and that's Fanfness of the Alfa Romeos there as well. DJ Harvey with a time penalty. Oliver de Moses through on DJ Harvey, and B-Right has collapsed to the back of Optimal in the Alpine, who's just joined back and entered his car. And Fanfness is through and down the inside as they go down towards Della Roggia, and he's been clattered by B-Right in the Alfa Romeo, and Fanfness is round. Dev P has spun it. Reese has been overtaken by Banter Brandon, and there's action everywhere again.
Nice out of the way we go. Crippy's already got a drive-through penalty for jumping the start. Great to see Crippy back in now, but he will have to fight back from there. Mad G getting in front, and now Vega under pressure from Heighton there into turn 1. Vega trying to go round the outside, returns to the inside for turn 2. As you can see, the Alpine and the Williams pushing Vega through, and Mad G is now checking out in front. As you can see, Mia Grandisa round the outside of Heighton. It's going to be a good battle. He might even get Vega here if he's quick enough. Just choosing to back out of it there, as is Heighton. Good race from the pair of them. Podge slots in, as does Reese. Driver in P7. Tinsley having a great run of his teammate and going down the inside of turn 5. And a good move there from the Mercedes driver to get back.
Let's fucking go! Yes!
And it's all 5 lights. And it's lights out and away we go. He comes through. B-Right wins here in USA. Pole position for Moscaya.
Oh, fuck you, what? there, Michael. Who was that? Who was that? Ben, why are you fighting with a skate like that? Mitä ihmettä sä teet? Ihmettä! Mitä te teette?
What's going on, guys? We are live. This is the Gold Division here at Formula 7 racing for the last race of the season here in Abu Dhabi. Let me just do a quick sound check, guys. Just give it a minute. Yeah, I think the game volume was too loud, but hopefully it should be sorted now. I've turned it down, but we'll see. I'll just check again. Let me just send Faisal an invite. Remember, it's only short qualifying as well, only 18 minutes. It's not full qualifying. I always send two. Jack, I think we do need another driver, mate, if you do want to hop on. I will send you an invite anyway. 1 second. Right, so Ties, the world champion, goes 123.6 here in Abu Dhabi. Dev P with a 123.8, so 2 tenths separate them. Banana in the Mercedes
goes a 1:23.9. Senjo needs another invite, just bear with me. Your team, Jack, is the team that Sniper was going to race in. I can't remember what team it was. I'll check in a second. So Reese is on a lap as well. The British driver here in Abu Dhabi under the lights. Behind that Mercedes. Maybe he's getting a little bit of a tow as well. What's going on, Red? So, Roik, TTL Roik goes P1, goes faster than Tyres by 2 tenths per second. Imagine them two in the Williams, that would be insane. So he goes fastest with a 1:23.4. We are on board with the Scuderia Ferrari driver. DP Splendid B Right, the 2-time world champion, goes second with a 1:23.4. He is the master around Abu Dhabi. Yeah, Maggie, I did enjoy it actually. Bronze was a lot better than silver anyway. Reese went a 1:24.1, so he can improve there. Deadly's coming through, but he's invalidated it, coming through sector 3. Nice to see Ethan back on track as well, the Aston Martin driver. Back on track here in Abu Dhabi. Shame it's the last race of the season, but hopefully we'll see more of him throughout. Henke, what can he do? He started off so well. Looked like he was going to challenge for the championship, and it just dwindled away from not being consistent. I think we are waiting for fan for this as well, aren't we? So Faisal is in. It's going to be Henke first to the line, coming around a couple of the chicanes. I know, Maggie. Here he comes, just clips the curb and goes fastest by 3 tenths of a second. He is unbelievable, isn't he, Henke? Ethan has backed out, but I tell you who hasn't, and that's the Danish driver of Oliver de Mose as he comes through sector 3. Let's see what Oliver de Mose can do. Goes P8, a 1:23.9. The times are very close though, aren't they? So, been updated now, hasn't it? Yeah. So I need to make sure I get the right layout. Oliver de Mose went P9. Nigel just off the track has invalidated it. Senjo in the McLaren coming through sector 1 as well. The McLaren driver. Let's see what he can do as Ethan is back on track and spins it. Don't worry, Reese. Abu Dhabi is a tough circuit. So Ethan will go on board with the McLaren driver as Senjo, the Norwegian driver. Just a long straight down the Marina Grandstand all the way to turn 9. Through turn 9 he goes, it's purple, sector 2 for the McLaren driver. Through turn 9 and up towards 10 and 11. And then you want to slam on the brakes as you hit 12. Over the curb and then in towards 13 and 14, the Latifi corner. Through 14 he goes and up towards 15. Over the curb at 15, using the outside line. Into 16 he goes. And then down the main grandstand, the pit wall. And it's a P6. The McLaren splits the 2 Alfa Romeos. 9 minutes of qualifying left. Tyres is back out as well. I think he's on another lap actually, the Williams driver. No, the Dutchman is just getting ready for another lap. Deadly is invalidating it again, so they are really struggling. We are going to see Jack on track very shortly as well. Dev P, the American, is on a lap. I don't know why, but the stream is crashing a lot. Just bear with me. I don't know why it does that, but we will have that all updated. We'll have that all updated for next season, don't you worry. I'm already on it. I'm already on it. So Dev P 2 attempts down coming through sector 2, but he did improve. He's an amazing driver, Dev. Very unlucky not to be a world champion last season. Missed out. B-Rack was crowned 2 times, and then Ty's just came and absolutely dominated it this year. There's Faisal, Deadly, Ryan Divavine. Let's jump on board with the Ferrari driver. Let's see what he can do. Ryan Divavine coming into turn 6 and 7 at the West Grandstand. Oh, he's invalidated it. So's Faisal. What's Maxibot going to do? The Belgian driver. And Maxibot has gone purple sector 2. He's absolutely flying here. So the Belgian driver just coming around turn 14 now and up towards 15. The season 1 world champion coming down the pit wall, and where's he going to put this Haas car? And he goes P13, so he will not be happy with that. He's a second off the pace. Ryan Divavine will have to go again after invalidating it, so will Faisal and Ethan as well. He seems a little bit rusty around the circuit. He does have Reese on his tail as well. He uses that run off at turn 1. Oh, and he snaps it and spins it. Coming out of turn 2, it's just an awful place to go. It means you've got the whole circuit to go round again before you can hit the pit wall and even attempt to get some fresh tyres on. It's just a time waster. Deadly's spun it as well, coming through turn 13. Henke's gone even quicker, the first driver today to go into the 122s, and Roik as well has gone P2 again. But look how close he is to Henke's time of 1:23.0 from the Williams. That is some lap. Ethan coming through sector 2 now. Ryan Divavine coming through sector 3. Through turn 13 and 14 goes the Dutchman. Out of 14, using the circuit to the right, using the chicane to the left. Through 15 and into 16 and into the pit lane goes the Dutchman. Ethan is going to be next as well in the Aston Martin. Ethan coming through sector 3. And the Aston Martin driver down the pit wall. He goes a little bit of oversteer. And P4 for the Aston Martin. That's a great lap from him. He'll be happy with that. Senjo to the line as well, the McLaren driver. Just starting his flying lap. Nigel's invalidated it. Reese is into the pit lane. Jesus, he nearly hit the wall there. So we will stay on board with Senjo. Let's see what he can do. He's actually improving, Senjo, but he is about 8 tenths off the pole position time, which is ridiculous. Only one driver today has hit the 122s, and that is Henke currently at the moment. The other drivers, they have been improving all day. The bronze pole time, I think, was a 1:23.7 or something like that. I think silver was a 1:23.3, around that area. And now gold is a 1:22.9 as it stands. So it really is all to play for. 4 minutes of qualifying left, and then we go into the race here in Abu Dhabi. One of my favourite races of the year. I always make sure we end in Abu Dhabi, unless it's like Fantasy F7. I'll try and end it in Brazil. Oh, and Senjo spun it. And then rear tyres will be overheated now. He needs to go into the pit lane, get a fresh set on. He's only got 3.5 minutes remaining. Yeah, I like to end it in Brazil with Fantasy F7 because it reminds me of the old calendar where you always used to finish in Sao Paulo. But yeah, I just feel like every season has to end in either Abu Dhabi or Sao Paulo. Either one of them two. It's just iconic, innit? The Yas Marina circuit or Interlagos. Banana is on the lap as well. He's 7/100ths up in that Mercedes at the moment. So Banana in the Mercedes, just coming out of turn 14. I think there's an Alfa Romeo or a Ferrari. I think it's a Ferrari on track. It is. They've all slowed down. Hopefully they've not hindered that Alfa Romeo. I don't think he's on a lap anyway. Who was coming through there? That was Banana. Banana goes P6. He went 3.5 tenths up on his lap time. That was incredible. 2.5 minutes remaining here in Abu Dhabi. Henke currently sets the pole time with Royks in P2, B-Right in P3, Ethan back on the grid in P4. Banter Brandon, the silent assassin so far, is in P5. And Dev P is coming out of the pit lane, so is Splandy. Reese, Maxibot, Deadly, Ryan Dabveen, Jack and Faisal. The Jordan driver in P19, he will know Abu Dhabi very well indeed. So I think Banana is using his ERS, so he isn't going to go again. That is it. 2 minutes remaining. We're going to get nothing else out of him. Here comes Dev P. 4 is penultimate flying lap. And he hits the line. He does have an Alpine right on his tail as well. I think that is Oliver de Mose. No, it's not. It's Faisal. Faisal's right behind him. Uses the turn 1. And Dev P is flowing through the first couple of corners. And then down towards turn 5 he goes. And he's 6/100ths up at the moment. The Alfa Romeo. Oh, and he's a little snapback, but it wouldn't have cost him too much. DRS enabled. ERS is on. He wants to reach around 200 miles per hour as he turns into turn 6 and 7. He's hit it, and the speed trap will be doing well for him. Through turn 6 and 7 goes the Alfa Romeo driver. Wants to be careful not to hit the throttle early as the DRS is enabled once again, and you want to be hitting around 195 miles per hour as you now brake into turn 9. Brakes into turn 9. They've taken away 9 and 10 and just gone straight to the left-hander. That is 9. He's got a little bit of traffic building in front of him as he brakes in towards turn 12. That is a Williams. In towards 13 and 14 goes the Alfa Romeo, trying not to cut too much of that curve as it will just throw you out and spit you into the wall. Through turn 15 and 16, and that is a Red Bull that's right in front of the Alfa Romeo and has hindered the lap of the American. Dev P goes P5. That was Nigel. Nigel has hindered the lap of the Alfa Romeo. Absolutely no awareness of what's going on around him at all. Maxiblock was building on his lap time, but he's into the pits, and Maxiblock is probably going to have his worst start to qualifying all year. Thank God it's the last race. Maxiblock, the Belgium, into the pit lane at P15, and the other drivers are going to try and improve as well. Reese is out in P14. He's lost it going through turn 3 and 4. Who's going to be next? It's going to be a Red Bull. That is Splandy. Hits the line, goes P5 for Splandy. Then we've got the Alpine on the Mercedes. It's the Mercedes of Deadly that clips the wall. And then it's the Alpine of Oliver de Mose, the Danish driver, right behind him, all the way from Denmark to the mark. And Deadly's into the wall again, but here comes Oliver de Mose. It goes P10. That's the best he can do. The 2 Alpha Tauris are going to be next. Royks goes even quicker, 122.8. B-Right stays in P3. It's going to be Strategy. No, it's Jack who comes through in P14. Banter Brandon in P3. Banter Brandon beats the 2-time world champion to P3 there. There is still a couple of drivers coming through. I think that is Ryan Davine in the Ferrari who's yet to set a lap. And here he comes, to the line he goes, and it's only P18. He won't be happy with that. And then the Williams of Ties goes P10. So the world champion only getting P10. Maxibok having the worst qualifying of the season, and Royks on track for the first time, and he gets pole position here in Abu Dhabi. Royk formation lap is not on. So there you have it. Royks takes pole position for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix here at the Yas Marina circuit. Henke will start alongside him on the front row of this grid in the Aston Martin. On the second row of the grid, Banter Brandon in the McLaren in P3 and B right alongside him in the Alpha Tauri in P4. Fanfinus on the third row of the grid in the Alfa Romeo in P5 and Ethan alongside him in the Aston Martin in P6. On the fourth row of the grid, it's the Irish driver in the Red Bull of Splendid in P7 and the American in the Alfa Romeo in P8 that lock out the fourth row of the grid. On the fifth row, it's Banana in the Mercedes in P9 and alongside him, the world champion of tyres in the Williams in P10. Hey Alvaro, thank you so much, mate. Goated commentator. I hear this voice. I subscribe. Easy, man. Thank you so much, Alvaro. 11-month subscription as well. Smashing it. Thank you. So here we go. This is it for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Is there no better way to end the Formula 7 season here at Yas Marina? And it's lights out and away we go. Henke does get a good start. In fact, I think he might even get right going into turn one. The Aston Martin does get him, and there goes the McLaren and Banter Brandon up to P2. The Williams squabbling with him as they go through turn 3 and 4. There goes the Alfa Romeo. Debu's up 2 places, and that is Nigel in the Red Bull who is down. Ethan's down 12, Jack's down 5, Banana's down 7 as well, as they all lose places. The Ferrari of Ryan Pavine as well is round. Tyres in the Williams is up 2, Oliver Moses is up 3 as they come out of turn 5 and all the way down the straight towards turn 6. B right stays in position in P4, but Royk, who started on pole position, is now down to P3 and being chased by the double world champion in the Alpha Tauri, the 2 Alfa Romeos of Fanfinus and Debbie in P5 and P6. Tyres makes the overtake on Splendid, but Splendid's trying to come straight back at him as Oliver de Mose looks on the back of him as well. And here comes Reese to join the action in the Ferrari, and Max Box up 6 places as he goes for an inside lunge down on the Haas driver. And the Alpine goes out wide and Maxi Box up to P8, and that is B right in the Alpha Tauri who spun it. Him and Royks have had a coming together. And from P1 and P4 on the grid, they're down to P15 and P16. That leaves Fanfinus into the podiums, and Maxibok is up 10 places in 1 lap. That is incredible. So a brilliant move. And the Alfa Romeos have done an incredible job on lap 1 here. Henke leads this Grand Prix, but he's got Banter Brandon right behind him. Remember, no DRS until the end of this lap. Banter Brandon will look to attack, though, and go for that race win here in Yas Marina. Fanfinus and Deb Pierce there, the 2 Alfa Romeos will probably work together. And then tyres as well. From 10th on the grid, he's already up to P5. Right, let's check out the tyre choices. So, tyres, Oliver, Reese, Splendid, Faisal, Royk, Jack and Ryan all go for the hards. Everybody else goes for the mediums. Deadly makes that move on the Irishman as Splendid. Here comes Sendro as well, the Norwegian driver. But down the inside goes Ethan. They have a little coming together, but Ethan in the Aston Martin is through and up to P11. Deadly is through on Reese as well. The Mercedes and the Ferrari as they go down towards turn 9. The Ferrari's got the inside line, and Reese just trying to keep his line as they go through the hairpin. But now it's going to switch back to Deadly for turn 11, and Deadly is back in front, and they literally wheel to wheel in towards turn 12 as they go side by side, and Reese is staying on the inside of that Mercedes. He is not giving up that position as he just squabble it out of turn 14 and down towards 15 they go, and the Ferrari just has to settle back in behind Deadly there. DRS is now enabled. Here comes Ethan as well, round the outside of the Irishman, has spanned it. Nothing he can do there, and Senjo just watches on, waiting for an opportunity to pounce. The Norwegian is there, and that is Deadly who's spun it. Did he have a coming together with Reese? We don't know, but he's managed to keep it on track without any damage, so Deadly is still in this race. Banter Brandon has that DRS on Henke. This is for the race lead. I think he might just have to back out as they go into turn 6. They do. That is a yellow flag. That is Deadly again, who's off the circuit. That is Ethan on Splendid, makes the move with that DRS enabled, and now he's right on the tail of the Ferrari in front. Banter Brandon, look how close he is to Henke. He's having to go around the outside, as that's the way Henke is sending him. The British driver against the Norwegian driver, and it looks like the British driver is going to take the lead of this Grand Prix in the British car. Reese makes the move on Ethan as well. The Aston Martin and the Ferrari having a great battle. Reese has been involved in all of it in these first 3 laps. Faisal gets that move on Banana as well, and the Mercedes driver has to slot back in, and he has the double world champion on his tail. That is not a sight you want to see in your rear view mirror. So Henke 0.7 of a second off Banter Brandon. All drivers still in this race on lap 4. Maximot, the Belgium, on the back of that Williams of tyres. Both of these drivers making up double halving their deficit, tyres from P10 to P5, Maximot from P16 to P6. So incredible starts for them too, and that is Reese in the Ferrari, who is round. He's not got damage, but he is round. He was pushing it to the limits, and Deadly is retired in the pit lane, calls it a day on lap 4, which I'm very surprised about. That is B Right, Banana and Faisal as well, under the yellow flag. Maximok on tyres. Maximok is up to P5 with that DRS enabled. Senjo front. Splendid. Banana getting past B Right. B Right will have to go the long way around, and Banana will push him that way, and just sideswipes the double world champion. And B Right will use his experience, his knowledge, and his race IQ now. His DRS is enabled, and he will take that position back. But here comes Faisal. He will look and be rubbing his lips together here at an opportunity for an overtake on the likes of B Right. Oh, that was all day that was going to happen. I don't understand, when Faisal's touching the back wheel of Banana in that Mercedes there, you can see how long he's touching that wheel for and how much he's touching that wheel. Just back out and come away from it. Like, you know what's about to happen. I could see it on the stream what was about to happen. Unfortunately. Banter Brandon did get, whilst we were going on with all that, Henke did take the race lead back away from Banter Brandon. Deadly says no damage. What do you mean no damage? Oh, you're kidding. Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Damage is turned off. Yeah, I was surprised he didn't die actually. Damage is turned off, it's turned off. I'm sorry. It just means that nobody gets an opportunity to come back into the race if they spin. That's the problem. There's going to be no safety car. What do you think we should do, guys, with damage turned off? Let me know if you can hear me as well. Let me know what the audio's like as well. So Henke is leading this Grand Prix. Banter Brandon is in P2. The two Alfa Romeos in P3 and P4. Oh, I can't believe that we just turned off. Cheers, Alvaro. So Banter Brandon is chasing down Henke. The damage is off. We'll have to run with it. Really unfortunate though. It just means there's going to be no safety cars or anything. There's going to be no strategies that come into play. I don't know if we can do that. Senjo makes a move on Ethan. Ethan battling with Senjo, the McLaren and the Aston Martin. And the Aston Martin of Ethan is through on Senjo. Yeah, we'll have enough time to do a restart before the F1. The F1 starts at what, 8:30? We've definitely got enough time to do a restart. But I'd have to do the restart now, and I'd have to put everybody in the position that they are now. Because it just, for me, it just doesn't seem right that there can be no safety cars, no strategies that come into play. You know, if somebody crashes, they can stay in the race. They can practically bulldoze the way through the grid without any repercussions. So, yeah, okay. Right, okay, we're gonna do a restart. We're going to do a restart. We need safety car on. We can't have damage turned on or turned off on the last race of the season. I can't do it. The last race in Abu Dhabi, we've got damage turned off. No, it's got to be a race. We need the excitement. Let me just take a screenshot of them positions. Let me take a picture. Thanks, Reese. You're always the one that puts the message in the gold chat as well, so everybody sees it. Cheers, Alvaro. I can't justify sitting here and watching a whole race when damage is off. It just ruins the whole race, and it just means that people can just drive like idiots. Like, the last race of the season, if it was like halfway through the season, I wouldn't even be bothered and I'd just leave it. But the fact it's the last race for like 2 months, I can't justify having 0 damage on. It was dry though. We will have formation lap on so that guys can warm up their tyres before the race. Can't believe it turn damage off. Just knock that up a bit. So, Ben. No, Sergio, I put no damage on by accident. So, Ben, the grid is what it was as we red flagged it. Because if we read the rules, that's what we've got to go by. So, we're going to just place the grid exactly what it was when we red flagged it. And then go off that, the starting order there. As we can't reset all the drivers back 7 laps. Yeah, I've invited you, Ethan. That's it. In fact, it's a fresh race, isn't it? It's a full fresh race. Wait, let me read the rules, because I've done rules regarding this. I've done rules regarding it. Let me just read the rules to make sure I get this right. So, it's not 25%, it's 50%. We'd only done 6 laps. If we had 35%, it would be perfect. Right, let me have a look at the rules. There was new rules, weren't there? New rules, red flags. If... Right, wait 1 second. Red flags, red flags. One second. Because we have red flags, here we go. Okay, if a race is red flagged, drivers will be placed in the order they were at the start of the race. Okay, unless we are more than halfway through the race. So it will be back to the start. So I'm really sorry for any drivers that made up decent positions there. It's completely my fault, and I'm really sorry. I left damage off. Right. I don't even know what the grid was. 1 second. I didn't even see the full grid. 1 second, I know how to do it. Dead away 9 and 7. The man have it right. There we go. Okay, let's just take a quick picture of that. And that's your starting order. Dev P was not P9. Yeah, he was P9, yeah. P8, sorry, yeah. World champion only getting P10. Maxi Block having the worst. There it is. No worries, Banana. I will invite you, and then let me just do the starting grid. Alright, 1 second. Sorry about this, everyone. So, Whites will start on pole position. Henke in second. Brandon in third, B-Line in fourth, He's in fifth. 1 minute. I'll look at your message in a minute. Ethan in P6. Splendid in P7. Debbie in P8. Nana in P9. Nana's not in actually. No ties. So ties will go next. Alessandro over the Moles. Nigel, Jack, and then Reese, and then Maxi Block. Deadly's not coming in, so we're right now for me. I'll just leave him like that a minute until Banana joins. I know what you're saying. Maxi, I can see some of your messages. I completely understand what you're saying, but we're 6 laps in. We can't restart a race from a red flag. It states it in the league rules. I went to the league rules for this one. We cannot red flag a race and start it at the back because of a mistake that I've made and then keep it in that order. We have to go back to the qualifying order, and I know, and I understand, Maxi, because you and Ben did the exact same thing the other day and red flagged it, and I'd made up 8 positions on the first lap, and we had to go back to the qualifying order. It's the exact same. We have to do it because otherwise we don't know where the cutoff is. And I understand, Maxi. It's so shit. It really is. Especially when you've made up like 11 places as well. Honestly, I do. I understand. So where was Banana when he joins? P9. Right, he's in. Let's get him and let's go. Right, let's go. Remember your setups, guys. Please, for the love of God, remember your setups. Banter Brandon's got to pick a car, I think he said. Ah, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm really sorry, guys. It was completely my fault. I put no damage on, and nobody wants to do a race with no damage. I'm going to feel even worse if somebody gets taken out on lap 1 now. But guys, I'm sorry, what can I do? Are we going, guys? We're readying up. Am I forgetting something? I'm doing a turbo. He loves it. He's dedicated, isn't he? Fair play to him. Fair bloody play to him. Yeah, setups, reminder, like Red said, tyres, it's back at qualifying, it's free choice, it's back at the start of the grid. Reese, no, it's whatever tyres you want because it's right back to the qualifying, it's at the same stage that you were at the start of the race before, so you have that free tyre choice. Free tyre choice, everyone. Remember, guys, if you want to be a part of Formula 7 racing, it's a 50% race, Dennis, so it's a complete new race. So that's why you get fresh tyres. Formula 7 racing on TikTok. We have 13,100 followers. We have all the clips from all the divisions. Formula 7 Racing on YouTube. Formula 7 Racing League on Instagram. It's actually F7 Racing League. And then the Discord link is there if you want to come and join as well. We race every single Sunday, 10 AM, 12:30 PM and 7 PM. Monday, Fantasy F7, your team, your logo, your livery. Monday nights at 7:30. And Wednesday, Realistic Performance, Team Budgets, Driver Salaries and Team Principles. That is 7:30 on Wednesdays. So I have done formation lap. I know, Dennis, don't, please, for God's sake. The reason I've done formation lap is because I just want to let you get a feel of it, get your positions and all that, because we've restarted. So I just want to make sure everybody is familiar with the positions, everyone's remembered the setups. You can all warm your tyres and get ready for the race, because it's like a total reset. So that's the reason I've done formation lap. So yeah, I'm really sorry about the whole race, guys. I mean, you can't do Abu Dhabi, the last race of the season, and have damage off. You just can't. I did wonder why there was no DNFs on lap 4, especially around here going into turn 1. And then when I seen Deadly get absolutely shunted into the wall, I was like, That is a very, very good idea, Dennis. That is actually a very good idea. I will highly consider it. Doing free practice 1, free practice 2, free practice 3. Just so the team principals can have a look at their drivers, see their teams, etc, etc. Let's take the links off there. Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah, like a free practice. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. So here we go again, guys. Remember, like I said, I'm really sorry about this, but let's concentrate on the race. Just think of it as a whole new race. Here we go. This is it for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix here at Formula 7 Racing. And it's lights out and away we go. And it's the Williams and the Aston Martin that go side by side. It's 2-1, and that is a Mercedes that's completely taken out. And that is a red flag. That is a safety car and a red flag. That is so stupid. Let me just see the drivers that have got damage. 3 cars that have DNF'd on the first corner. Banana's not got damage. There's Ryan. Ryan's not got damaged. I don't even know if we've got time, to be honest, to reset it again. I don't understand it though, because they literally got taken out before they even hit turn 1. Somebody just went right into the side of another car and just completely obliterated half the grid. Like it wasn't even turn 1. They'd not even got to turn 1. It was still going out the pitch straight from the start. It was crazy. I don't even think we can restart it. A minute and 30. We're going to be pushing it for time, really. Yeah, still more than an hour left for the race. My problem is, if we red flag it, will drivers then leave? That's the problem. But surely we've got to red flag it. Surely. Yeah, that's the problem, Dennis. Like, it'll probably happen again. That's Ethan reaching the pits and 3 drivers out. We've red flagged it for less in France. Yeah, Dev, I thought that. Like, it was weird. Like, it wasn't even turn 1, Dev. I was saying that. It wasn't even turn 1. It looked like somebody just went right across the track and just took a lot of people out. Ethan is out as well now. There's 4 drivers out. Okay. I know, Dev. I know. I'm just thinking, I need to make a decision on the restart. I did say red flag. There's 4 drivers out. We didn't even get past turn 2. Yeah, I thought it was the Mercedes. Oh yeah, safety guys in. So we go racing again. Yeah, I thought that, Ethan. We will definitely look at that. Because that's what I thought. I just seen a Mercedes going right across the track. Tyres has made the move on Splandy. It's Banana that goes round the outside of Reese. And he now has 2 Ferraris in front of him. Makes the move on Reese. It's now Ryan Dipervine who's next on his list. The Mercedes will take the inside line and come into the chicane. He just goes off the track a bit. He might have got a warning. Later on the brakes he goes. Reese and Ryan Dabveen, the two Ferraris. Banana goes off the track and has to let them both through, I think. Yeah, he does. And comes back on track. Yeah, sorry Ethan, I'm really sorry mate. Here comes Banana once again down the inside of Reese. Reese is going to come back down the inside of the Mercedes. And good racing by them two. So Henke leads, Royk in second, Banner Brandon in third, B right in fourth. I made a poor decision there, Dev, as well. If you're listening, I'm really sorry. We should have red flagged it and restarted it straight away. I'm really sorry. I made the wrong call. I left it too long. So I'm really sorry. So Reese is still chasing down Banana. Can he make the move? He's 1/10 of him. That is splendid. The Irishman in the Red Bull hits the grass and spins. Needs to be careful now. He'll have serious heat into them tyres. Banner Brandon is on the back of Royk as well. He's been let off, Royk here and B right. They were both down right at the back of the grid at one point. So Faisal on Ryan Dabveen in the Ferrari. The Alpine is through up to P10 and he's just chasing down Jack in the Alfa Tauri. Maxi Block in the Haas. He's on the back of Oliver de Mose. He goes for it all the way down to turn 9 and the Haas of Maxi Block is through on the Danish driver of Oliver de Mose and he's back up 9 places. 2 great restarts from Maxi Block. Banner Brandon is on the back of Royk as well. Banana on the back of Splendid. Reese is there as well. Oh, Banana's spun it and he's collected Reese with him. Faisal's into the wall as well. DRS is now enabled. That is a safety car. There's a safety car out. And there's nobody even out the race. So a safety car is back out. Faisal, Reese and Banana all pit. Why is it a safety car? That is really weird. So the safety car is out once again. Reese, please just report it. Just let me shut my window because I can hear this. It's called a little mutt that lives next door and it's barking outside. Got to turn my house into a sauna because some dog called Pebbles next door won't shut up yapping. We yapping. Mate, I didn't. We report it. We'll have a look at it. Splendy, I didn't know that, mate. Otherwise, I would have put it on reduced. Ryan Dabveen is into the pit lane as well. Splendy is up to P10, the Irishman. Henke still leads this Grand Prix. Let's just have a good race. I know there's only 14 drivers left. I know I should have red flagged it. I'm really sorry. Get your reports in, but let's just end on a bang. It's 7 o'clock. The F1's on in an hour. It's the last race of the divisional season. Let's just get to the end of the race. Have a good one. Have some amazing battles. I always say treat it like a game of tennis. You don't want to watch somebody play tennis and just keep hitting aces, do you? You want to see them have a good rally, back and forth, and then eventually somebody gets a point. If anybody just kept scoring aces, it's boring. Just have a rally. Have a good rally on track and come out with a point. You don't. It's not. It's people treat it as a sprint. It's not. It's not a sprint. It's so much more than that. You are very naive if you think motorsport racing is a sprint. It's strategy, race IQs, you know, keeping it clean, not cutting corners, you know, giving space, receiving space, and getting to the end and being consistent and getting them points. You look at the bronze season, Sergio Silva, he won 5 of the last 8 races. But you look at Matt G and he was consistent throughout the whole season, and he's just picked him to the title by I think I didn't work it out, but I'm sure it was 3 points he beat him by in the end. So it's just about being consistent and staying consistent. But yeah, so you see it a lot, drivers just making silly moves. I just don't know what it is though. Is it that they just don't want to lose that position because they don't think they'll get it back, or they think, you know, if I lose this position then I've lost the race. I don't know the thinking involved in it. Because when I get overtaken and I lose a position, I just think to myself, I'm racing myself here. I'm not racing anybody else, I'm racing myself. And if I happen to have a couple of battles along the way, then so be it. But I'm racing myself. Banana, Splendid, I don't know why these are trading positions under the safety car, but they are doing. The safety car should be in this lap. If that's what it is, Red, literally. Jesus, 1 second. So, safety car is in this lap. We are going to go racing again. We are going to go racing once more. Here in Abu Dhabi, safety car is in this lap. So, when is Henke going to go? Let's keep an eye on him from Royk's perspective. From Royk's POV. Absolutely. Yeah, that's what it is, Sergio. 100% that's what it is. It's an age thing. B Wright is on his old rival. Fanfinis is on his old rival of B Wright. These finished P1 and P3 in the championship last season. Well, this season it was all ties. He's right there as well. What we watch is the Alfa Romeo and the Alfa Tauri scrap it out into turn 5. Like port wide Sergio. Splendid is from Ryan Dipavine as well. So the Irishman is up to P10 and into the points. But look at Ryan Dipavine. He says, no thank you. I'll have that back. And the Dutchman is back up to P10 and into the points. Later on the brakes is Splendid. And it's good driving from the two of them. That's how it's done. A little deep goes Splendid. Banana might capitalise. There goes Banter Brandon on Royks as well. And the Williams and the McLaren are chasing down that Aston Martin. No DRS yet. But look how close Banter Brandon is. Splendid and Banana are also fighting it out for P12 and P13 there. But hopefully we'll have a cracking race here. 21 laps remain as Royce goes a little deep and Banter Brandon is just eyeing him up like a piece of meat here at the Yas Marina circuit. Here comes Banter Brandon. So Reese and Splendid. Roix is staying in front of Banter Brandon at the minute, doing really well to hold on. Henke's still in prime position in this race. Goes a little deep into turn 14 and 15 at the Latifi corner. Roix, Banter Brandon, B Right there, Fanfness, Ties, Maxi Block, Oliver the Moles, Ryan Dadveen, Jack Banana, Reese, Splendid and FaZe. Oh, that is B Right, the double world champion, who's round. The Alpha Tauri driver is round at turn 15 and 16. And he goes to the back of this grid with 19 laps remain. Really unfortunate for him. I don't know what happened. Did he just lose the back rears? So back to the battle of the front three. The Aston, the Williams, the McLaren, the Alfa Romeo. 4 different teams, 4 different drivers. All fighting for a podium on the last race of the season. Latifi corner. Roix goes out wide. Goes really well there. Good job from him. Literally Alvaro. This is a cracking battle. They're all within 3/10 of a second as they go round turn 9. Reese is through on Banana. Banana's coming back at him. Reese has the inside line. Banana comes back, tries to make the move, but has to settle back in for P11, and Reese has took that last remaining point away from Banana. Banana a little bit laggy tonight. B Right trying to chase down the grid, and they're all very bunched up and packed up. So B Right could make light work of these. Let's have a look at the tyre choices. So Oliver, Jack, and Splendy all started on the hards. So fair play to them, they're in good positions here, especially Oliver and Jack. Ryan Dadveen already pitted for a fresh set of mediums on lap 5, and he's back up to P8, so well done to him, because he's got the freshest tyres of a lot of them, so do not count Ryan out. It's so strange to see a driver have to pit on lap 5 and probably be the front runner of this race once everyone starts to pit. So Banter Brandon, can he chase down Roy and get through this time? No, he cannot. But Banter Brandon will keep on chasing, and Roy will keep on defending. Very good battle between the McLaren and the Williams here. This is how you're supposed to race. You're supposed to keep it clean and fair, and that's exactly what they're doing. Just bear with me, I just want to try some on the stream. I want to see if you can hear it. No, it don't come up for some reason. I was hoping like there's an alert box, but it doesn't. It doesn't come out. Yeah, it doesn't work. I don't know why though. Right, okay, back to the racing. Oh, how did I miss that? Oh no, Roy pitted. Roy and Tyres, the 2 Williams. Did Tyres get held up? Because they are very close on track, but look how close Roy is. Yeah, I wanted to see if the follow and the subscription or that button worked. But that is really, wow. Going onto the hards, getting out of the way. So he's gone for the undercut, hasn't he? That's what he's done. He's gone for the undercut. Pitting time for medium runners, absolutely red. What does Henke do? Does he follow suit? There goes Ryan Dadveen on Oliver de Moes. Ryan's in a great position here. Here comes Reese around the outside of Jack. Jack's having a really good race as well. Remember, he's on them hards. Reese is 4 laps fresher hards. And here comes Faisal on Splendid. Goes left, goes right, has a little sneak peek. I think Splendid knew what he was going to try and do. Be right. On them old mediums, we'll have to pit as well. Henke does pit. Banter Brandon stays out, but he slides round turn 15 and nearly made a mistake. It nearly cost him staying out on their mediums. Yeah, you're right, Dennis. The undercut is hard. Fanfinish is chasing down Banter Brandon. He will have that DRS as well now. Banana on the back of Jack. Splendy stays out on them hards. Faisal on 8-lap-old mediums, chasing down the Red Bull driver. B-Right has stayed out as well. So they are going for the undercut. Can Fanfinish chase down the McLaren? Here comes the Alfa Romeo. Down towards turn 6 and 7. Go the front runners. He's going to have 2 DRS straights to make a move on Banter Brandon. Fanfinish will love the opportunity of trying to take this away, but he just slips and slides out of turn 7. And look at Ryan Diperveen now. Splendy on Faisal. Here comes B-Right as well. A 10th of a second behind. Wright lost 1.3 with his undercut. Wow, he did. He did lose 1.3. And into the pits goes Banter Brandon and Fanfinish. You are right. Thank you for that, Dennis. Sorry, I was messaging Ty's back. Ty's is having to leave the race. His dog's just got really unwell. They're having to take him to the vets. So I hope your dog's okay. They're like family members, aren't they? So yeah, Ty's has had to go. So his car is in AI. But he's explained why. He's just had to run off, or he's just turned his PlayStation off. So I hope he's okay. Here comes B-Right on Splendy. We'll have that DRS. The Alpha Tauri driver on the Red Bull. Will be driving for the Haas, I think it is, next season. Here comes B-Right. Makes the move on Splendy. And Banana goes through on Faisal as well. And Faisal is ghosting. And Banana in the Mercedes is going through. DRS enabled. And Faisal is back in front. B-Right trying to fend off an attack from the Irishman of Splendy, trying to use his battery, and I think he will just stay ahead. So Ryan Diperveen on the mediums is now leading. I said he was in. Oh, and Splendy. Yeah, I tell you what, he did really well there, Splendy, trying to dive out of the way. Because he could have gone straight into the back of him. So Ryan Diperveen, like I said earlier, do you remember when he was like P8? And I said he was in prime position on the mediums. Well, now he's leading this Grand Prix with 14 laps remaining. And he's now a second clear of Oliver de Mose as well. The hard runners, if the hard runners get a safety car anytime now, Jesus, this race turns on its head. Absolutely turns on its head. If I was on the hard tyres now, I would wait and wait and wait and pray to the safety car gods that something came out. Banter Brandon, look at him now. Roix is 2.1 off of Henke, and Banter Brandon is right within striking distance of the Williams in front. Here comes the McLaren, DRS enabled. I think he's going to go for it. And Banter Brandon in the McLaren is chasing down the Williams here as they shoot down towards turn 6. And the McLaren of Banter Brandon is through and up to P10. He's made the move. Can Roig respond in that Williams? He will have DRS as they go down towards turn 9. Through turn 8 they go down towards 9 at the hairpin. DRS enabled. He still has a bit of battery as well, but I don't think he's going to be close enough to try and enable that move back. And he doesn't, and Splendy's still on the back of B-Right as well. Banana on the back of Faisal. This has been a bit of a tasty one between the Mercedes and the Alpine. Splendy and B-Right both done 14 laps, except B-Right's done his on the mediums. I was going to say he's leaving it a bit late, and he finally has gone into the pit lane. Does he go on to another set of mediums? That is the question. Did B-Right start on the hards? I think he must have done. No, he's onto the hards now. Fanfinish sets the fastest lap of this race. He's absolutely flying. He's on the back of Maxi Watt now. Where is Fanfinish? B-Right isn't going to be too far behind the leaders. Yes, it's a bit of a gap after everything that happened with him, but he's not actually going to be too far behind. I'd say about 8 seconds. 9.9. Who was that? Oh, Ty, sorry. Ryan Davine does lead. Oliver Mose chases him down. He does have the tyre advantage to Dennis. You are absolutely right. So Oliver de Mose is going for the move. Are Ryan Davine's medium tyres starting to fall off already? Here comes Faisal on Jack. Jack up to P4 as well. What an aerial view that is around the Yas Marina circuit as night falls and the bright lights around this amazing circuit gets brighter, and the aerial footage we have of that Ferrari, the Alfa Tauri, the Alpine and the Mercedes all battling for podium positions on the last race of the season. Wright gets a 3-second time penalty, which could be detrimental to his race at the end of this. Splandi is finally in the pits, 15-16 laps on them hards. Red Wildfire redeemed a shout out to her favourite driver, Maxi Box. She said, come on Maxi, a big shout out to you. And let's see what he is doing as he fends off an attack from Fanfness. Splandi coming out behind them. Is B Right going to come out in front of Splandi? These two were fighting before that. And I think B Right will just... Oh no, there's Splandi. Here's B Right. Splandi might just come out in front. Splandi, B Right, B Right. So here comes Fanfness and Oliver de Mose on Ryan Pavine. DRS enabled. This is for the lead of the Grand Prix. Wow, what a move! Oliver de Mose down the inside in the Alpine, and Ryan Pavine, nothing he could do on them 11-lap-old medium tyres, and the Dutchman is taken by the Danishman. What an amazing race to end the season on. Jack is on the back of Reese as well. The two Ferraris going for a double podium here. All the drivers yet to bit. Maxi Bock and Fanfness getting up close and personal on lap 17. Oliver Mose is in the pits, so he got into the lead of this Grand Prix and then decided to pit. And so was Faisal. So it's the two Alpines that are pitting. Is Faisal going to be held up? The two Alpines have double stacked. A slight hold up for Faisal, maybe half a second. Here comes B Right to knock another one down through the pit stop strategy. So B Right is going to come out, and so is Splandi in front of Faisal. And Splandi the Red Bull is through. Maxi Bock and Fanfness, this is the battle that we need to be watching. Here comes Fanfness on Maxi Bock on Roix, and it's free. It's too wide into turn 6. Maxi Bock, the Belgium, is there. Needs to give the space to the Williams as well. And we've got a three-way scrap coming out of turn 6 and 7. Round turn 8 and down towards 9. Here comes Maxi Bock. We are literally 3-2 wide going into turn 9. Maxi Bock goes deep. Fanfness is through. Now the attack is on for the Williams from the Alfa Romeo. The Haas driver is there as well. Banana's on the back of Jack, who's into the podium positions. Banana on 4-lap fresher tyres, but back on board with this incredible battle for P7, 8 and 9. Ryan Davine finally into the pits he goes. But he's going to be on the freshest tyres till the end of this race. Back on fresh mediums. You watch out for Ryan here. He's in an extraordinary position. Banana on the back of Jack. All of these front three have to pit. So Henke is leading the way to Banter Brandon. So Roik, Fanfness and Maxi Bock are practically fighting it out for podium positions here. And just keep your eyes on Oliver Mose and Ryan Pavine, who are on fresh mediums till the end of this race. Banana is through on Jack. Nothing Jack could do. Can he reply to the Mercedes as they come out of turn 7? Jack does look very close to the Mercedes driver. DRS is now enabled. And he will try and make that overtake at 200 miles per hour into turn 9. Fanfness is through on Roix. Fanfness is through, and the Alfa Romeo will be in the podium positions after the pit strategies are complete. Ryan Davivine losing a position to the double world champion of B Right. Here comes Splendy on Faisal as well. But look at Henke now on the back of Jack. Jack moving out of the way, says not my battle. I think Jack will pit as well now. No, he stays out. He is waiting for that safety car. Fanfitness is in the podiums once the pit strategies are complete. Oliver Mole setting the fastest lap of this race. He is flying now. He's only 4.4 off these drivers that are fighting for podium positions, and he's on fresh mediums, so keep your eyes peeled for the Danish driver. He's going for his 4th podium in a row. Henke on the back of Banana. Henke in the Aston Martin will make the move. Nothing the Mercedes could do, and that is Maxi Block, and Royk has spun it. The Williams of Royk, who's had an extraordinary race from pole position, and he has spun it, and he's down to P10 now as B Right goes through, and here comes Ryan Davivine as well. Ryan Davivine in the Ferrari on the fresh mediums up to P9. Goes the Scuderia. B Right has to fend off B Right, claps Ryan. And I think it was Royk that ended up smashing into the AlphaTauri, who hit the Ferrari, and Ryan has been taken out, but I think it was a knock-on effect from the Williams driver. So we have a 4-way battle here, and B Right is now right in the mix of all these drivers on fresh mediums, and he just moves out the way to let Ryan back through, and now he's fighting Faisal again. Oh, Henke! Henke was going for the race win. Has he got damage as well? He's got no front wing. Henke has got no front wing. Gets a time penalty going into the pits as well. And his race has just fell apart here. That means Banter Brandon is in prime position for the race win. Royk in the pit lane as well. 8 laps remaining. Royk spun it, Dennis. So Banter Brandon is through, and he now chases down Banana. That means Fanfitness and Maxibot will be in the podiums as well. Fanfitness is through on Jack. Nothing Jack will do there. He will move out the way and let him go racing. Maxibot is going to be next as Banter Brandon chases down Banana. Keep your eyes on Over the Moles as well. Seriously. On them mediums. He's already posted the fastest lap. He is flying. So I'm sure Royk pitted and he's come out on 9-lap-old hards, which is interesting. Oh, Royk's nearly lost it again. Trying to keep hold of the car there, and he's really struggling. That puts B Right up to P8 and Faisal up to P9. Maxibot chasing down Jack now, and Banter Brandon sets his sights on that Mercedes in front. Yeah, Jack is definitely waiting for the softs. 21 lap on them hards. If he gets a safety car now, oh wow. And Banana as well. If they get a safety car, he is laughing. Here comes Banter Brandon in the McLaren to make the move on the Mercedes. It'll be light work for the British driver of Banter Brandon to take the race win here in Abu Dhabi with 7 laps remain. Maxibot is through on Jack as well, as once again he doesn't put up much of a battle. And Banana has to settle back in behind Banter Brandon. He's not like Jack though, he will fight. Faisal is through on B Right. Can B Right reply to him? Remember, Faisal on them mediums, B Right on them hards, completely different tyre compounds. Fanfitness chasing down Banana now, who only has 2% ERS. He's really trying to stay with Banter Brandon, isn't he? He just doesn't like to lose pace in the front, guys. Faisal on the back of Ryan, B Right still there, Splendid. So let's stay on board with Banana and Fanfitness. And Banana, Jack is going to stay out again. He's just risking it now. At this point, he's not got much to lose. I know he has Oliver the Mowers on his tail. Here comes Fanfinus on Banana as they come through turn 1, 2 and 3. B. Rye and Faisal. Faisal has lost it and he's given up 2 positions. That's a safety car. That is a safety car for absolutely no reason at all. It wasn't even a spin, I don't think. It wasn't even a spin and the safety car is out. Wow. Oh, that is horrible. That is great for Banana and Jack. Oh, that is horrible for some of these drivers. He made it work, Alvaro. Reese, if anybody's caused an intentional safety car, they will be banned from the league. And they know that, so that won't be the case. So Banana will pit now, Jack will pit for them softs. 6 laps remaining. Sorry guys, I was just grabbing a quick drink. Wow, so Ryan does lead. I called it. Ryan leads, Banter Brandon in second, Banana in third with a penalty though. Fanfinus in fourth, Maxi. Every single driver pitted. Every driver. Oh, Jesus, what's that? It's spilling the drink all over. There's a crack in the cup. It's spilling over. I know, Reese. You should have took the gamble like Jack. Really unfortunate for you. Really unfortunate. Let's go join lad. So all the drivers put it for the socks. So Ryan does lead. He's actually not in a bad position here, Ryan. He really isn't. He might get swallowed up at the start. Banana as well on fresh mediums, but there's only 4 laps left. If the safety car goes in at the end of this lap, you'll have lap 26, 27 with no DRS. You'll have lap 28 and 29 with DRS. That's it. There's only going to be 2 laps with DRS till the end of this race. Yeah, same, Red. You know, it's a shame really, because if we had red flagged it, all 4 of them drivers all went out at the start of this race from the start where we should have red flagged it. There's been no one go out since. So yeah, I'm pretty disappointed we didn't red flag it, to be quite honest. Ben, if you're listening, Ben, and you want to know, Manchester United are losing 1-0 to West Ham. So Ryan Davine leads, Banter Brandon in the McLaren in second. Safety car is in this lap. So get ready to go racing one more time in the Gold Division this season. It's a sprint to the finish here in Abu Dhabi. What a way to end the divisional season than a sprint of 4 pure laps of racing with every driver on fresh tyres right to the end of this Grand Prix. And Brandon waiting for Ryan, and Ryan has gone. Banana is there as well. And off we go for one last time in the Gold Division here in Abu Dhabi. The Mercedes of Banana got all squirrely coming out the final chicane. That's the Alfa Romeo of Fanfinus through. Banana goes round the outside as well. Fanfinus takes the inside line. The Alfa Romeo is through, and Banana loses that podium position. Is he able to get it back here in Abu Dhabi? That's an Alpine that spun it. That is Faisal, and Reese is out. Reese and Faisal crash out on lap 26 with 3 laps remaining here at the Yas Marina circuit. I don't know if it was Faisal who spun it that took Reese out. If it was, unbelievable. Oh, and here comes Fanfinus on Ryan Dijkbergen. What a switchback from Fanfinus in the Alfa Romeo. Can Ryan Dijkbergen respond? I know I say his name wrong. He definitely needs to tell me what it is. Oh no, I don't say his name wrong. I think he said it was spelt wrong. My apologies. Fanfinus is through in the Alfa Romeo. Can Ryan Dijkbergen come down the inside? He's clapped him and into the Mercedes. He goes. And Ryan loses the car. Smashes into Banana in the Mercedes and Fanfinus. And Banana has no front wing. He needs to be careful, Banana. He's really trying to still race these guys with no front wing. And he's causing all sorts of problems. He's took B-Right's front wing off and everything. That is so stupid. So stupid. So Banana takes B-Right's front wing off. The double world champion gets a time penalty and has no front wing as Banana's just took it off him. Henke is through on Splandy and Roik. And it's just going from bad to worse this race. I'm not on my phone, so I can't read that message if anybody can. Henke is through on Jack. Side by side, they go. Great racing from the Norwegian on the British driver. Brilliant stuff. So Banter Brandon, Fanfinus and Maximock all bidding for a podium. Oliver de Mose still has his chances. Henke is there as well. They are all so close. I think B-Right will just get to the end of this race and claim one final point. He does have tyres behind him, but he's an AI car. Ryan Dijkbergen has spun it. Yeah, so he's definitely claimed it. Ryan Dijkbergen is out of this race. It's been a very frustrating last race, I've got to say. Here comes Henke on Oliver de Mose. But Banter Brandon looks to have sewn this up. 2 laps remain. If he makes no mistakes, he will end the season as the race winner. Splandy gets through on Roik as well. The Red Bull driver is through on the Williams. And Roik is back through as well. Roik in the Williams makes the move, and that's how you do it. Great racing from the Red Bull and the Williams. Maximock on Fanfinus. Maximock bidding to take P2 away from Fanfinus, and he absolutely does. Henke is thrown Oliver de Mose as well, and now the chase is on. Oliver de Mol still trying to get that position back off Henke, and now they chase down the Dutchman of Fanfinus, who's trying to stick with Maxi Block. Henke does have a time penalty, so I don't think Oliver de Mol will be too fussed about him. So, Banter Brandon has had a class race. He has been so consistent in this race. It's very, very rare you see Banter Brandon lose it and go out, and Henke spun it. On the very last lap of this race, Henke has spun it and goes down to P8, potentially even P9, but I know B-Right doesn't have a front wing. Fanfinus is there, Oliver de Mos, Jack as well. Look at Jack. Jack is going for the attack on the last lap on Oliver de Mos, and down the inside he goes. Good battling from then, and look at Roy, Jesus, he just comes steamboating through. Fanfinus, Banter Brandon, he's been so consistent. You very rarely ever see Banter Brandon make a mistake or spin around or crash out unless he's taken out. Very, very similar to Ben actually. Royker's spun it, and so has Oliver de Mos. I hope that wasn't right that it's taken out Oliver de Mos. I did see Royk steamrolling through the grid at the end there. Jack is actually going to come and take P4 here, but Banter Brandon on the last race of the Gold Division wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Maxibot comes through in second, and Fanfinus wraps up a podium in the final race. Jack, the reserve, finishes in P4. What a race! A brilliant drive. Everyone will go up a position because of tyres being in there, so don't worry. Yeah, he literally is. That's a cool way of describing that. You know what's funny as well, Brett? He sounds exactly like he races as well. Great result for Jack, well done, says Sergio Silva. It absolutely was. There you have it. On the top step is Banter Brandon. And he knows Portuguese words. In second, Maxibot, what an end to the season. And he says, Maxibot says, restart it from quali grid. I bet he doesn't know, eh? P2. And Fanfinus takes P3. What a drive. What a way to end the season with some of these drivers. Let's go through the final standings of the Gold Division season. Banter Brandon from third on the grid takes the race win. Maxibot from 16th on the grid takes P2. And Fanfinus in the Alfa Romeo takes the final podium position in P3. Jack from 14th on the grid to P4 in the Gold Division. I was going to give Maxi driver of the day, but seems as though he got a podium. We'll give it to Jack. The Red Bull Esplandi in P5, Oliver in P6, Royk in P7, B-Right in P8, Banana in P9, and Henke in P10. And I think Henke did get the fastest lap of the race as well in the end. He did. A good end to the race it was, Alvaro, but it was mental, absolutely mental, but very entertaining. Right, let's go to the interviews. So our final interviews of the season. We will start off with P3. Fanfauzi, how are you?
Penthouse, yo, no. No, amazing. Yeah, okay. Very good race, to be honest, overall.
Sorry, mate, I was having a drink. I was meant to say to you, how was the race? And I was like slurping water. But yeah, go on. How was the race, mate?
Yeah, very good overall race. I think I was very consistent. Like a little bit more mistakes, except on the softs at the end. But yeah, I didn't really like those tires to begin with. So
Yeah.
I was more comfortable on the hards and on the mediums. But yeah, for the rest, on those tires, I think I was very consistent and a very good race. My pace came at the end on the hards, so it came on the right moment, in the right stint. So I was happy that I was close with the overcut. And I think the overcut also helped me with less tires, tire degradation. That's because it's very high tire degradation. So that extra 2 laps or 1 lap on the other people, I think helped also a little bit because of the tires. And overall, just a very proper race. Had some good battles at the end with the softs. Getting bananas straight up. And beautiful switchback on Ryan.
Oh, it was amazing. We were on board with you with that switchback out of turn 6.
I knew he was trying to defend it, and I was like, yeah, he's gonna brake late. So the best thing you can do there is just try and brake at the same time or earlier. So I did earlier, and he locked up a bit. He went wide. I went the switchback 2 times because, of course, in this corner, and then got to run him in at the exit already, and at the big left-hander. Yeah, I was completely on the outside. I knew I had more grip. I knew I need to get the exit in there. So I was like, get him at the inside on his worn tires. He will, and I get the outside, so I have a lot more speed because I had the grip. I could do that. But yeah, unfortunately at the exit that he hit me. I don't know what happened. I think he understeered into me because I couldn't really go anywhere else out wide because without getting a warning or completely spinning my car on the curb. Yeah, unfortunate for him. I didn't want it to happen because he had an amazing race. So
he did. But
unfortunate for him, but I did what I could to avoid it. But unfortunate. It's a tricky corner. You have a lot of understeer there, so
you're right.
I see why it happened.
No, you're absolutely right. It's a really tricky corner. It's a tricky race. But like you said, Fanfinis, it was great racing, great battling, good way to end the season. You know, you were respectful to each other on track. The majority of racers were as well. It looked an awful race from the outside. But it was a great performance, a brilliant drive from you, so well done on a final podium of the season, Fanfinis.
I hope that I got to win, at least 1 win this season, but yeah, with a great podium, great race at the end. It's what they say, you start the next season how you finish the last, so
absolutely,
for me
that is great.
And to remember.
Absolutely, well done,
Take an eye
fam.
on us next season, mate.
Yeah, you'll be challenging, all right. Well done. We will move on to your P2 driver, the Belgium of Maxi Block. How are you, Maxi?
Well, I'm feeling good.
Good. Safety car restart, eh? P2. The race restart, sorry. And then you end up finishing P2 from P16. What a drive.
Yeah, I'm very happy with the comeback. Of course, after being really disappointed after the first race.
I know, mate. I seen you made up like 11 positions in like 2 laps as well.
Yeah, I was disgusted a bit because also we were still in a podium finish fight for the championship with Splendy, Ben, and Henky, but a bit further was Henky. And so Splendy and Ben had a disaster of first race, we shouldn't call it. So I got the advantage there, and then to lose it again, being again P16. So, but yeah, it makes this race then even more to enjoy afterwards because I got it again back. Of course, feel a bit good for Ben that he loses maybe that P3 in the championship because of a spin. Could have been funnier on track.
He actually got his front wing taken completely off him from a Mercedes right near the end of the race as well.
Yeah, on the last lap as well. Yeah, but he also lost a car somewhere middle of the race.
He did.
He got very unlucky today.
Yeah.
Maybe it's no luck to get even more lucky Wednesday. Maybe the Abu Dhabi.
Well, if Abu Dhabi goes like
Abu
it did
Dhabi
today for
dream
you,
has
Maxi,
ended.
hey.
Maybe. So maybe this is a good time for Wednesday. But
I bet you wish this would have been Wednesday. You'd have been crowned champion with that result.
I think I'm gonna do some black magic.
Yeah, because he would have. If it was Wednesday today, you would have got 18 points. Ben would have got 4. You would have won the championship by 2 points today. If it was Wednesday.
Yeah, that's good to remember.
Yeah, so all you need is this result to repeat on Wednesday, and you'll be world champion.
I think in a race where he's gonna battle for the championship, he's gonna make no error.
No, you're
normally
right.
he does not. So I don't think he will. He will have a fast car as well. So, but yeah, here I'm very happy with this race.
Yeah, so you should
I think I got a record breaking of positions gained on one race. As I got P11 in the first one, and then 14 or 15 on the second.
Oh God, yeah. Amazing, absolutely amazing how many overtakes you made it throughout this whole race. Even the first 7 laps of the first race and the second race, you made up something like 25 positions gained in 36 laps. So it was absolutely incredible to watch. A brilliant performance, Maxi. There was no doubt in my mind that you will be one of the championship contenders next season. In my head, I'm thinking to myself, how many championship contenders there are going to be next season, and I literally cannot think who's going to be world champion. It's going to be so close.
I think you can put at least 10 names, and then
we
will see after like race 8 who has the consistency. But I think of the whole grid, more than half of the grid can battle for wins.
Yeah.
Even reserves from Silver can, to be honest. So the gaps are very close. So it's all about consistency, finishing, be present at the race. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. You are absolutely right, Maxi. But congratulations on a brilliant podium, a beautiful performance. Well done, Maxi.
Thanks, and congrats to fans for the good racing today that we had together, and congrats to Brandon that was a level above today. So congrats to both of them.
Cheers, Maxi. We will move on to Banter Brandon now as well. As Maxi said, congratulations on a brilliant race win. Brandon, how was that one?
Yeah, that was really good, to be honest. Yeah, it was a bit of a mad race, to be honest. I didn't come in expecting to win, but I knew there's definitely something available here. Yeah, the first stint was just about trying to keep with Henke and TTL guy. And yeah, a bit of a DRS train there. Just binding my time, sticking with them, and then one by one we all pitted, and Henke pulled away by about 2 seconds. So I thought the win was over there, to be honest. But yeah, like we know, anything can happen. I managed to gap TTL guy, and yeah, as you saw, Henke spun it out of nowhere.
He did.
And from there, I just had to keep my head down. I knew I could win the race after that. And then, of course, late safety car. I was really struggling whether to pit. I felt like if I stayed out, everyone would have pitted, and if I went in, everyone would have stayed out. But luckily, I pitted. And
yeah, I was thinking that myself when I seen that, Brandon, and you pitted, and I thought, Jesus, like, everybody's got a pit here, and everybody pitted, which was great for you because I think there was literally nobody that didn't pit. Like, everybody went in, so it was just like a sprint to the finish, and you had the best position. You had some amazing battles with TTL Roik. You had some cracking battles from the start of the Grand Prix. Down the inside at turn 1 as well. What a move that was. Like you said, you have to stay consistent. Henke spun it. You took your chances on Roik, who got pole position. He was quick as well, but you dismantled him pretty quickly, and it was a great race in the end. Just moving back onto that late safety car, you obviously, it was a sprint to the finish. You knew there was going to be DRS last 2 laps, and you had a lot of guys chasing you behind.
Yeah, of course. You know, it's very tight, especially at this track. And yeah, I took the risk, and luckily everyone else pitted, and I saw Ryan was ahead of me on mediums and Banana was on mediums as well. So I was in a bit of a sandwich, but I knew that if I could get Ryan early, then I know there's a tiny buffer. And luckily I was able to get Ryan into turn 1, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, after that he had a little fight with Milan which cost him time. So I just knew on that lap I just had to push flat out to get the gap I can before DRS opens, and I got that. And yeah, it's just about keeping my head, staying consistent, and yeah.
That's exactly what you did, Brandon. You made that move on Ryan Dipavine. You did everything that you needed to do today. It was a cracking performance, and even Red was saying in the chat, it's just, you drive like it's so chill when you drive. You just flow through the circuit. Very rarely make mistakes. So congratulations and well done. What a way to end the season with a race win, mate.
Thank you, mate, and well done to Milan and Maxi for the podiums, and cheers for comms.
Thanks, Brandon. Cheers, mate. There you have it, your race winner in Abu Dhabi. What a way to end the season. Banter Brandon in the McLaren comes home to take the victory for the Yas Marina circuit. Maxibot takes P2 and Fanfinus takes a podium. All of them drivers will absolutely be battling it out for the world title next season. The new season, guys, let's get on to this. What a season it's been. I just want to say thank you all so much for the support you have shown Formula 7. It really makes it worth it when you spend hours and hours putting everything into this league. Formula 7, the team, the admins, the league directors, and Ben as well. All of us that discuss and make decisions and try and move forward as a league. From everything, you know, just from the cross-play, the divisionals, the FF7 with Red, Realistic with Trubo, and the Bronze, Silver and Gold with Jack and Billy and Maxi and Ben, and just everybody that puts in so much work. And don't forget all the stewards and the admins behind the scenes as well that put in so much effort. And these people have lives as well. And they take time out of their busy lives, their schedules, time from family and friends to make sure that there is a league to race in on a Sunday. And these drivers just turn up, race, but there's so much going on in the background, from the socials to the league racing to the attendance to the incidents to the running stuff behind the background to getting ready for season 7. And there's just so much, and the last couple of weeks has just been it's been really tough on a couple of the guys, but the drivers have done their bit as well, and it wouldn't be possible without the drivers coming here and racing, and the support that we've been shown on Twitch, especially in the last couple of weeks, has been amazing as well. And it's gone a really long way in supporting us as well. I tell you honestly, I say this every year, it's really not cheap sending trophies out all over the world, but you know, I just wouldn't have it any other way, because I know that these drivers, they practice and they race their hearts out to try and get a trophy at the end of the season and make it all worthwhile, and that's what it's all about. You know, you turn up on a Sunday and you race for 2 hours, you forget about everything else, and that's what racing is, and that's what esports is about. So yeah, thank you all for the support throughout the whole season. It really has been amazing. I will be back tomorrow night for the last race in Fantasy F7. There is still a championship battle going on there, although it's very slim, but there is still a battle. And there's also a championship battle going on Wednesday in Realistic between Maxi and B Wright. Had the race tonight been finished on Wednesday, we would be crowned a world champion of Maxibok, who goes into that race 12 points behind. But Ben, he absolutely loves Abu Dhabi, so I can see it being a completely different race for Ben when he's involved in the championship battle, like it has been for the last 2 years. But yeah, we'll be back on Monday, back on Wednesday, and then we've got a huge 8-week break. We do have a post-season podcast on the 14th of May. We will be getting people in, interviewing them, speaking with them, going through race highlights, having a few beers, discussing the whole season. So make sure you tune in for that. The following week, we have a session at 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. That's 20 drivers at 12, 20 drivers at 6. We have 3 tracks, 25% race, random qualifying. 10 drivers who finish on the most points in session 1 and 10 drivers who finish on the most points in session 2 will follow over till next Sunday at 7 PM for the main race. 10 drivers from session 1 and 2 will go into the main race of 20 drivers the following week to see who wins the race. That's called the 20 versus 20. Check it out. That's on upcoming events in the drivers room paddock. Around there you'll see it. Anything coming up will be posted in there in the future. So yeah, amazing stuff. Thank you all so much for the comments, the kind words and the support you've shown all season, and